and you are joining us here on the evening before Eastbourne Pride. And we are here for the pre-Pride party at Langney Priory, which is a little bit of a gem here in Eastbourne. It is official tea with Julia here in the oldest building in Eastbourne, which surprised me. I thought the Lamb was.
With the oldest girl in Eastbourne.
I actually am. I damn near am. But apparently, David, Langney Priory is actually older than the Lamb, which surprised me. It's a bit closer together.
Oh, okay. Is this a picture or a video?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, well, so you are now on TV, Julia, with Julia, the famous TV, Julia, in the. I can't get over this being the oldest building in Eastbourne.
Do you know how old it is?
No.
Have you been in the chapel?
No, I'm going to look for the chapel.
The chapel is 11 something.
Oh,
1117, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, bloody hell.
Battle of Hastings and all that kind of stuff.
And it's through there.
And William Rufus. And we're going to be talking about William Rufus if I get out the Pevensey, because William Rufus, big connection with the LGBT.
Battle of Hastings, isn't it?
Yeah.
And big connection also with this area and with Pevensey, but we'll go into that another day. Right, where are we going, baby? Is it still a chapel or no?
Yes, it is an absolute chapel.
Oh, well, I can't take a drink in a chapel even though I'm not a Christian.
We did.
Oh, I wouldn't. It's wrong. Leave me drinky behind. Oh, I like the door. We got this very nice sort of Gothic pattern door. Oh, this is lovely. This is lovely. I'm afraid my late father would have loved this. He was very interested in medieval English vernacular architecture, and in fact I've kept one of his books on it. Oh, private chapel. Private chapel, very impressive. And of course,
Fonda, are you performing here?
Yeah, upstairs. Well, upstairs. Actually, it'd be awesome in here.
it would.
Imagine.
Big blasphemy down here, wasn't there?
Yeah, but
Lightning bolt.
you used to perform every Sunday. If that's original, that's amazing. If it's original.
It will be original.
But look at this piece of, I take it to be early modern, 15th, 16th, early 17th century wood painting. This is amazing stuff. I don't know how well you can see it, but this is the kind of stuff that not enough of survives. I didn't know this was in Langney at all. The only bit of Langney history I knew was the fact that they shot a customs inspector here in the very early 1700s. They shot him near the bridge. That is beautiful. That is really nice.
That is history, isn't it?
Late medieval or early modern work. I mean, that's a heater shield. That's a heater shield he's holding, which is, I mean, they stopped using them about 1500, so that is really quite impressive. That is very impressive.
It's like the medieval equivalent of your own cinema, isn't it? Really?
It is absolutely amazing.
This is the ultimate status symbol, isn't it? Your own little chapel.
It was an age of faith.
Yeah.
I love this place. I had no idea this was in Eastbourne. No idea at all that we had anything this fabby in this town. It's absolutely lovely. My dad would have appreciated all the constructional details. When we used to, school I went to had a roof from about 1500 in the common room, and he used to love going to our carol ceremonies, our carol services at Christmas so he could look at the constructional details. My grandfather, who was a builder, still had the old ashlar scaffolding like they used on the medieval cathedrals. They were still using it into the 1950s.
It's a lot more than I've ever imagined, ever dreamed of.
This is a fabulous roof. You probably can't see it that well because of lighting problems, but this is amazing. This is quality. Ooh, this is very good. We like this place. Twinkie!
Because they've actually got position of a band in a bit of a large room with wooden floorboards.
This is the weirdest thing I've ever
Really? It's like something we haven't been there yet.
I love this place.
Yeah.
I
Did
absolutely
we go
love
in the
this.
room with a unicorn? Was it large?
No, I haven't seen a unicorn.
We've missed it.
We have missed a unicorn.
Yeah. Hi there.
Hello.
I've been in there.
Oh, what a fabby place. This is fantastic. This is the best.
Yeah, God, Julia.
It was originally 6.
Hello, everybody.
We got another act booked in.
Oh, inflatable unicorn. It's a symbol of chastity in medieval Catholic iconography, the unicorn, which I'm not sure how appropriate that is, but there you go. And you would never know from the outside what an old and impressive building the Priory is. There's a lovely atmosphere though tonight, magical. Still, it's time for the Fonda show, so we will step back inside. Always sound advice that, mind your head.
I love that story
Hello! This is my first time performing in a building that was once religious and a church. So if you all die tonight with me, I'm sorry, it is my fault. Because we are likely to be struck by lightning. We are immediately above the chapel, so we might fall through the fucking floor too. But you'll be lucky because you're in a nice little inflatable. Let's do a little song and then let's have a party together, shall we? Let's do this.
Yay!
Crank it up, love, drown me out. I never met a town that makes me feel the way that you do. You're alright. Whenever people ask what makes my dreams real, I say that you do. You're out of sight. Sophie, bye. To get your freak on Eastbourne! Come on, let's do this. Calling out around the world. Are you ready for a brand new beat? Summer is here and the time is right to dance in the street. Freestyle armchair aerobics, off you go. They're dancing in the street. So I'm loving this venue. It's the first time I've ever been here. I mean, I lived in Eastbourne for 10 years. Are we all Eastbourne locals?
Yes.
But it's hard to tell at an event like this. Nobody knows what the fuck we are anymore. In fact, can I just make one little complaint about everybody joining our club? I mean, you're all welcome. You are all welcome, naturally. I mean, we kicked off a fashion phase, didn't we, the Puffs? But everyone joined in. I mean, at one stage, we were just like at LGBLT, weren't we? Which, I mean, what was it? It was gays, bacon, lettuce and tomato, I think. And now we've got QIA, and I mean, it's getting to the stage where you couldn't even spell us on Countdown. There's not enough fucking letters, is there? So, tomorrow, who do you have at your Pride? Who are your big stars at Pride tomorrow? Who is? Are you serious? Oh, you're in for a treat. If you're on the front row, take an umbrella. She's got a lisp. Listen, I've worked with some of the greats. Misty Lee is lovely. She's only got one ball, so it makes it easier for her to tuck, which is good. She has a lisp, and unfortunately, the only time I ever worked with her was calling bingo balls at the Heart on a Sunday afternoon. And one round of bingo with a Newcastle accent and a lisp, it took us 45 fucking minutes to get one line, you know? It's like a very busy drug deal. It's going to be fabulous. I mean, I remember before Eastbourne Pride was a thing, because I moved away 3 years ago, and as soon as I leave, that's when you decide to throw a fucking Pride. While I was here, you had Ice Cream Sunday. Do you remember that one? And then you had Born Out. That was another one. And what this basically was let's get a gazebo from Argos, you know, like 25 quid. Stick it on the prom with a pallet in it. And then let's get some speakers that haven't been rated for outdoor use. And stick a drag queen on there in heels for 5 hours and see if she can aerate the fucking lawn. That's That's what it was. And I'd go out there and I'd have to tie my weave under my chin like a fucking bonnet because it would blow off. It was that bloody windy there. It's fucking typical, isn't it? The only time you get blown on the seafront, you're busy working. It's not there. So, I would be doing that. Meanwhile, there was a troupe of Morris dancers hiding in their van that refused to come out because it was too fucking cold. It's outrageous that I go out there wearing this and they're in their whole fucking regalia, their devil worship outfit. And oh please, have you seen what they wear? Bells and horns. I'm not being funny. Oh, you're a Morris dancer. You used to be. I want to learn. Actually, have we got any Morris dancing music? I mean, a good disco DJ always has Morris dancing music. Darling, what's your name? Abby, come up here, darling. Now, what we're going to do is you're going to represent Eastbourne Pride 10 years ago with the Morris dancers. And I'm going to represent Eastbourne Pride in 15 more years when we can fucking afford Kylie, okay? Let's do this. Morris dance to Better the Devil You Know. It's going to be easy. Off you go. Has anyone got a stick? Come on, there must be a cripple in the room. We're in Eastbourne. Pass me your umbrella, darling. Pass me your umbrella. Oh, I've got to do opposite, have I? Oh, hang on. I'll have a baton. Half of these good vodka, but it will do. Say you won't leave me no more. I'll take you back again. When do I get to beat the shit out of you with a stick? 'Cause I've heard all that before. 100 times. I can't sing and dance, darling. You're gonna have to get someone else to join me. I'll forgive and forget if you say you'll never go home. No, it's true. What they say. What do they say, Abby? I'll put you in a home if you suggest you can't walk here. You know this. We go together, we're walking down the streets. I just can't get enough. I just can't get enough.
And now it's time for a little bit of a drinky, and they had a very pleasant bar, just a couple of camping tables with a cloth over it, and lots of very nice cider available at a very reasonable price. Now, we've all got to be up fairly early in the morning tomorrow, especially people organising Pride, but there's still plenty of time for a nice jugger first. So we're going to go out there on the dance floor in this wonderful hall with its wonderful, I think, early Tudor fireplace and have a bit of a boogie. It's got lots of space, but we need a few million quid. Probably about one, maybe 1.5 to buy it. And a good $500,000 to do it up.
The hairdressers.
Because it's not so much the medieval floors and stuff, it's the 1960s bathroom, which is stuck in about 1969 and it's not good. But the rest of it is fabby. I gather they're making it a hotel soon.
You're going to be happy? I'm drunk.
Yeah, wouldn't it be great? I mean, the things we could do here. Ceilings are a bit short because their undernourished ancestors were also a bit short. But it's very nice. And this is really what community should be like. It should be like this. This is what we like.
Yeah, but...
Ow! Oh, ah!
There you go, there we go.
Where's Ben?
Ben's ahead of you, my sweet.
Ben.
Oh, it's raining. This isn't so good. And home to bed before Pride tomorrow, because we've got to be by the pier at 11:30 for the kick-off.